Let's discuss today about the essential things you need to know for a successful clinical trial implementation. The first thing you need to do when you start a study is to state the goal. The goal is the why you do your study. So the why would be most of the time the safety of your product, and then of course after it would be the efficacy of this product. But what is really important as soon as you have stated the goal is to ensure that your whole team is able to state it each time. So they need to be able to each time say, okay, we do this study because we want to prove that this drug is safe or that this product is efficient. So that's really the must to ensure that you will finally deliver your study on time and budget. As soon as you have the goal of your study, so the why, you need to define how you will achieve this goal. And the how would be the objective, your deliverables. And these objectives must be SMART. SMART meaning specific, measurable, appropriate, realistic, time frame. What does it mean? Specific, it must be clear. So you need to define your milestones, your deliverables. Measurables will be your key success criteria, your key performance indicator, so it must be measurable. A for appropriate, appropriate meaning the resource. Do you have enough resource, meaning budget, people? Do you need to contract some external companies? Realistic will be your risk analysis. And T for time frame, of course, it is timelines. Are you able to deliver what you want to deliver on time? So as soon as you have stated your goal and your deliverable, now it's time to analyze if it's feasible on operational point of view, on budget point of view, on timelines point of view, but also is it feasible on scientific point of view? Is it feasible with the site you want to have? Is it feasible in the country you want to go? So that's really the feasibility analysis that must be done. So these three steps, goal settings, objective description, and feasibility are all part of the initiation phase of a study. And this can be part for the project manager, or at least you are involved in the feasibility study. But of course, it will be done often at high level to decide how to integrate this new study in the whole program. But that's important to know that it exists and all these steps. And that's the very beginning of your study. Afterward, it will be time to start the study as soon as you have the approval of your upper management. As soon as you have received the green light of your upper management or of the sponsor if you work for a CRO, then you can start planning your study. And don't jump immediately into action. Even if you are pushed to start immediately, take the time to plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Indeed, it's very important to plan how you will achieve your goal and what you will put in place to ensure that you can deliver your objectives. So what are the planning? You have to create a set of plans that will explain how everybody will have to act during the study to ensure that the study can be delivered on time and budget. So of course you will have to plan your budget, create a complete planning with all schedule of your study with the different milestones, but then of course also different type of plans. So you will have the resource plan, you will have the risk management plan, you will have the communication plan. So all these plans are very important, and really the risk management plan now is a must since it's a requirement from ECCRT. Now, beside all these plans, you will have other plans like data management plan, statistical analysis plan, safety plan. Of course, you don't have to write all yourself, but you can delegate, and also you can ask the other people from the team to do it. Of course, DM will do the data management plan. Safety will create the safety plan, but you are accountable to ensure that all these plans are ready before you start the study, that they are written, and you will have to review them to ensure there is consistency in between. So as a project manager, you are really accountable to deliver the whole planning of your study. And that's very important because it's the only way that your team will know what they have to do, what they will have to do, when they will have to do it, how they will have to do it. This is really the support document for the whole team. But this is also the support document to work with a CRO or to work with your sponsor if you are working for a CRO. So now I'm sure you have understood that the secret to have a successful planning phase, but also a successful execution phase of your trial is the communication between the team. As a project manager, you have to ensure that this communication is working well. This is your role to communicate all the time, all the information you collect, all you have learned to the whole team, and what are the status, where we are in comparison with what we have planned. That's very important. And when we are in the planning phase of all steps, all plans that have to be prepared to be able to start on time. And this communication, of course, will not stop at the end of the planning phase. This is really something you need to do during the whole study until the very end. If you want to know more about really what is clinical project management and what is risk management, I really encourage you to follow our project management star program, where you have these two courses, but also other courses that are really useful when you start as project manager, like legal basics for clinical study contract and people management, because a project manager is a people manager. Even if they don't report directly to you, you need to manage all these people working with you. And this series, of course, will cover 95% of the competency that you need to be a good clinical project manager, as described in our competency framework. If you are interested by this topic or about the STAR program, I encourage you to visit our website, www.eccrt.com, or send us an email at info@eccrt.com. I'm looking forward to seeing you at our course soon.